I'm Joey Bachrach, and I'm an alcoholic. And today we have a very special guest. We have the mayor of West Hollywood, John Erickson. Welcome.
Thank you for having me
Oh
here.
my God, you are a hard one to pin down.
Well, um, yes, no, I'm so glad to be here with you all, and I'm
Thank
just
you.
really excited to talk about all that we're doing.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know who John is our distinguished mayor of West Hollywood, and I am so happy to say that we are proud residents of West Hollywood. My husband and I,
Our husband,
our
surprise.
is very, we're very happy that you are the one that's leading our city. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. It's an
So,
honor.
how does one get into politics, and why West Hollywood of all places? Are you an LA native?
I'm not an LA native. I'm from Ripon, Wisconsin, which is the birthplace of the Republican Party.
Okay.
I was born and raised there my whole life. I came out to California in 2019. Oh, 2009. Sorry, 2019. Hey, time flies. I moved out here in 2009 to go to graduate school, and I went to the Claremont colleges where I got both of my master's and my PhD. And in that time of doing my PhD, a little internship came up at the city of West Hollywood, and I got it. It was a paid internship, and I was an intern for the West Hollywood City Council, and I started to really enjoy how the city was run and the policy and how they did everything, and focused on all of our communities that make up our beautiful city, including the emphasis on the recovery community. And I decided to run for office in 2020, and I won.
Yeah.
And here we are 4 years later.
Yeah, and that's also when we moved to West Hollywood. So it's been the same time, 2020. It's crazy. 4 years just flies by like
It
that.
really does. My hair is white because of that.
I had a white platinum phase. I had a few gray hairs, and
Yeah.
I was like, I need to dye my hair, or sorry, color my hair. And I rocked
This
it
is
for a bit.
natural. This is
Oh,
all
I'm so
natural.
jealous.
Yeah.
I have a few. But and then as far as the recovery communities, for those of you who don't know where we are actually at the Log Cabin. And the Log Cabin has a long history of helping people who are in need of recovery services, more specifically AA meetings. They have a really fun candlelit meeting. But a couple of years ago, there was a petition that I actually signed myself on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because there was a rumor that actually turned out to be true that the log cabin was possibly going to be torn down or sold.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to say thank you so much. But how did you get from having it almost being completely gone to where we are today to now saving the log cabin, and what plans do you have in store?
Well, saving the log cabin was something I did before I got on the city council, and then afterwards. I mean, it was some of our first meetings when we were trying to acquire the property from Beverly Hills, which technically owned the property, and then was trying to sell it. Former councils didn't actually, I think, have as much of an emphasis on the recovery community in the ways that we did. And yes, some council members that are no longer here did want to tear it down or sell it, but not on our watch, because it matters not only in the history of our city, but also for our communities that rely on it and have relied on it for so many years. So when I got elected in 2020, it came up to buy it. It had come up before, and former councils decided not to. And so we bought it, and now we own it. But how do you make something that's already a historic landmark into something that's usable in a different way and more adaptive, and reuse it? And how do we reuse it for the community? And so we put together plans with the West Hollywood Recovery Center and stakeholders in the community on what would we like to see done here. We want to keep the general facade. I mean, it's a historic structure with the log cabin-esque aspect of it. And so what we did is we put together plans, got them done, got them approved, and then ultimately it came down to how do we fund these things? The city of West Hollywood prioritizes recovery in our budget. You can point to it right on a line. But it's also important that other people play a role in this. And so myself and now Vice Mayor Chelsea Byers went all over creation to say you need to actually fund the restoration and rehabilitation of the log cabin. So really proud that even in a budgetary down year, Senator Ben Allen and Assemblymember Rick Chavez-Zabur got us over $1 million from the state budget. And then we went all the way. Yeah, huge.
That's a lot of
huge.
money.
It's a lot of money. And then we went all the way to the federal government and had Congressman Adam Schiff give us more money. And then the city is also dedicated to providing millions of dollars up to it as well. And then obviously County Supervisor Lindsay P. Horvath is investing in the log cabin as well. So not only is it just the city playing a role in it, we're all playing a role in it. So then the community has this resource for decades to come.
Yeah, and so like you keep saying, it's huge as far as the recovery community, but it's also like the gay community
Yeah.
at large, even the party. I mean, we had Pride, literally,
I heard, yes.
which was amazing. And by the way, hands down, that was the best Pride ever. Thanks to you and your team.
The mayor delivers.
You did deliver. That was a fierce Pride.
Thank you. It was a great Pride.
It was really good, and I enjoyed it sober, which is amazing. But what do you think attests to the heart and soul to West Hollywood? Why are we such an amazing community? Why is it such a strong queer community, both in recovery and maybe people who are not in recovery?
Well, it's the people. Our job and role as leaders and as a city is to support our residents and our businesses and those people that live, work, and play here. We're here in the log cabin, right on Robertson Boulevard, right across the street from some of the most landmark restaurants and bars like the Abbey and in our Rainbow District. But that also comes with consequences. And as we see the prevalence and availability of drugs and alcohol, not only in West Hollywood, but I think LA and our world today are a lot. And so we need to make sure that not only spaces like this exist for people that want to get into recovery, that say, I have a problem and I need help from a community and people that are here to back them up. But that's directly tied to who we are as a community. We're always there to, I think, lift each other up. And this is all volunteer run. I mean, the board of the West Hollywood Recovery Center, your group, I mean, so many groups have found home and space here. And so it's our role as a city to not only say we support that, we want to make sure we're a part of that story, but we also want to make sure you have a space to have that in. And at the end of the day, West Hollywood is a place we all come to, I think, in one way or another, because maybe our homes or our communities didn't allow us to be who we were.
Exactly.
And when we get kicked out of homes like that, you're more likely to suffer from addiction or other issues that our community has to face. And so we need to make sure these resources are available to anyone that wants to walk through those doors behind us.
Well, thank you. So this is the fun, interesting part of our interview where we get to ask each other icebreaker questions, even though those technically usually happen at the front of it. But are there any random fun facts about you that people may not know?
Are there any random? Well, I am a volleyball player.
Okay.
I played sports all throughout my entire life. A lot of people don't know that. But I have a national championship in men's volleyball.
Wow.
I played at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh.
Okay.
I'm in the Hall of Fame at the Wisconsin Volleyball Conference. I'm an All-American in men's volleyball.
All right.
And at the time, I think when I became an All-American, my sisters and I were the only brother and sister combo that were all Americans in the same sport. But I have to fact check
You're
that
like, "Don't
because
quote me on
we
that."
don't need the Twitter community caption coming up on the bottom of this when you share it out. That's one fun fact.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
And favorite color? I know it's pretty basic, but
So
what
right
is
now
it?
it's blue. I mean, it's always been blue. So like #solid. In the past it's been green. And if you follow me around, you probably say it's pink, but it's always been blue.
Okay. Well, I love pink, but green's my favorite.
It's a great
I like
color.
evergreen. I mean, even these chairs. These chairs are pretty
It's
amazing.
beautiful.
Bed Bath and Beyond, they're on sale because I think Bed Bath and Beyond went out of business.
Did
So
they?
I think
Hope those
so.
coupons still work.
Oh my God, those that would always come in the mail every single weekend.
Yeah. And they would have to use them. Did you know that? There was like a California state law that mandated them to still use them.
Really?
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
sure.
Well, I think we have to go digging around in our drawers because I think we may have a few. And then what advice would you have to anyone who is either local to California or the nation at wide for someone who is thinking about chasing their dreams?
Well, I think we need hope right now. And chasing your dreams is the equivalent of hope, because to do that, you need a little bit of something to look forward to. So I always say places like West Hollywood exist because we're a city of dreamers. We're a city of people that wanted to achieve a community that was not like where they came from, or one that they wanted to create themselves. I mean,
Exactly.
the city's, only 40, will be 40 years old later this year, formed in 1984 by a ragtag group of renters, LGBTQ people, Russian immigrants. I mean, you name it. And they said, hey, we want our own city. And now look at us, right? Like, everyone comes to West Hollywood.
Come visit.
Come visit, stay in our hotels, hang out at our businesses. But at the end of the day, I always like to say, find the people you want to change the world with and never let them go. Because that's ultimately how you chase your dreams. When you chase them together with a community, you can all accomplish something really great.
I might coin that.
Do it.
Beautifully said. Well, I personally want to say thank you on behalf of everybody at Rainbow Hill Recovery and on Totally Sober, that it meant the world to us that you are doing what you're doing here with the log cabin, but also for being a supporter and helping out our community. It means a lot. So thank you.
Thank you. You'll always have a champion in me, and I will always be here to pick up the phone because I'm such a fan of you and your organization and all the work you do.
Well, is it okay if I give you a hug?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Thank you. That was so good.
Well, hopefully it was everything you wanted.
It was everything and more. And a special shout out to my amazing husband, who is our amazing director.
Our husband.
And cameraman.
And cameraman.
Yes. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye. That was so good.